Okay. Looks like we are live and ready to go. Looks like we are live and ready to go. Mic check, 1 2 1 2 in the place to be. Lima Charlie over. Mic check, 1 2 1 2 in the good evening unit. Charlie over. And welcome back to Mission HQ. My name and your host is Vilmar Lara, also known as the Sergeant of Real Estate throughout all my social media accounts. Tonight, we're heading into boot camp. If you're thinking about buying your first home tonight, or you know someone who is, this episode could save you thousands of dollars and months of frustration. This episode could save you thousands of dollars. Let's see. Months of frustration. We good? Okay. Every successful mission starts with preparation, and buying a home is no different. Every successful mission starts with. Let's see if we can get a roll call on the on the stream. Let's see if we can get a roll call on the stream. We'll just wait for people to come in and get our nocturnal viewers going. We made some adjustments from the previous episode. 001, this is 002 for boot camp. 7 first time homebuyer mistakes and how to avoid them. 002 for boot camp. 7 first time homebuyer mistakes and how to avoid them. Let's see if we can get in the chat. Roll call, roll call, roll call. All hands man your battle stations. Roll call, roll call, roll call. Where are you watching from? All hands man your battle stations. That's the first question. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? That's the first question. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Are you an active duty member, veteran, where are you or civilian? Are you an active duty member, veteran, or civilian? Again, where are you watching from? Are you an active duty member, a veteran, or civilian? Again, where are you watching from? Are you an active duty member, a veteran, or civilian? Again, where are you watching from? Are you an active duty member, veteran, or civilian? What's the next question? Let's see. What's the next question? Let's see. Have you bought a home before? We're doing roll call right now. Where are you from? Where are you watching from? Are you active duty member? Are you a veteran or civilian? Where are you watching from? Next question is, have you bought a home? Have you bought a home before? Have you bought a home? Have you bought a home before? Have you bought a home? And the last one is, are you planning to buy within the next year? And the last one is, are you planning to buy within the next year? We're doing roll call right now. Where are you watching from? Doing roll call right now. Are you an active duty member, veteran or civilian? And have you bought a home before? Veteran or civilian? Or are you planning to buy one within the next year? Today's episode consists of the 7 first-time homebuyer mistakes and how to avoid them. We are back at Boot Camp episode 2. I am your host, Vilmar Lara at Sergeant of Real Estate. All my social medias. Sergeant of Real Estate. Vilmar Lara and Sergeant of Real Estate. All my social medias. Sergeant of Real Estate. Vilmar Lara and Sergeant of Real Estate. All my social medias. Well, this is today. Yeah, today's episode is going to be one of many that will be beneficial. Beneficial. Let's see. Mike check. Lima Charlie over. Might be just a little bit overpowered here. Mike check. Lima Charlie over. We just turned down the volume on the background music, so it doesn't overpower. If there's no more on the chat, no more questions on the chat, let's get started, shall we? If there's no more on the chat, no more questions on the chat, let's get started, shall we? Let's see here. All right. What's your first mistake? Mistake number 1. Looking at houses. What's your first mistake? Looking at houses before talking to a lender. Looking at houses. Has anybody experienced looking at houses or heard of anyone that's experienced this before? Looking at houses before talking to a lender. That's the first of the 7 mistakes for first-time home buyers and how you can avoid them. Let's explain. first-time home buyers. So looking at houses before talking to a lender is one of the biggest mistakes that you could do as a first-time home buyer. Why? Looking at houses before talking to a lender. The first thing you need to do is first-time home buyer. Why pre-approval matters. The first thing you need to do is let's do a little bit of background and why pre-approval matters. Background check here for let's do a little bit of background and why pre-approval matters. The difference here for the difference between pre-qualified. The difference between pre-qualified. This is huge. Okay, this is really. This is huge. Okay, this is really. What you can do is increase this. Let's hop into the chatting screen. Okay. So what's the difference between getting pre-approved and pre-qualified, right? So what's the difference? What you want to do as a first-time home buyer or any type of buyer is get pre-approval. Your pre-approval letter is the one you sent out with your contract. The difference between the pre-approval and pre-qualified is basically for pre-qualification, it's self-reported details, right? On income, debt, and assets. It's self-reported details. The pre-approval requires verified documentation, and this is all subject matter expert for lenders. Pre-approval requires this is their forte, right? Some lenders do pre-approval, some lenders do pre-qualified. For realtors, our main purpose is to get you pre-approved. We don't want to do the pre-qualification verification of unverified documents, income and debt, and assets. You definitely want the verification of documents. This is the pre-approval that's required. It's requested. The verification of and it's sought after for this is the pre-approval that's placing offers to purchase a property. It goes through, your tax returns, bank statements, credit checks, pre-qualifications. Often requires no credit check or just a soft inquiry. Pre-qualifications, the purpose of getting the pre-qualification is to do a soft pull. That's what most lenders do prior to doing the hard pull, the pre-approval. That's what most lenders do. So there's a reason why they do a soft pull prior to getting the pre-approval letter. There's a reason why they do a once soft pull prior to the offer has been made to the property. They re-verify the information that you submitted to verify the documents for the pre-approval. Which I'll get to the next point when it comes to what's the other mistakes that you shouldn't do while you're trying to get the pre-approval process or the pre-qualification process. The credit checks, obviously, pre-qualification often requires no credit or self-inquiry. The pre-approval requires hard pull credit. It weighs with the seller's pre-qualifications. This is big. Pre-qualification is a basic budget tool and carries lightweight when making an offer. It's not going to be a strong offer if you're pre-qualified, right? Because sellers don't want their time wasted. The listing agents don't want their time wasted. The buyer's agent don't want their time wasted, and you as a client, as a buyer, you definitely don't want your time wasted as well. If I submit a offer with a pre-qual for a client, and my colleague sends an offer with a pre-approved offer, they are more than likely to get that offer accepted. Why? Because it's been through the process further. Obviously, I'll have an interview with a couple of my lenders that I use to, kind of fill in the gaps for the exact process and they're subject matter experts in the gaps for. Obviously, it's gonna cost you time, money. It's usually free for pre-qual. Pre-approval takes a little bit longer. It might take a couple of days, and obviously, it involves an application. So that's the first and biggest mistake. That's the first. Once you get pre-approved, you're shopping with confidence. Your strength of an offer is extremely higher than a pre-qualified offer. Your strength of an offer is extremely higher. I've had clients where they have been trying for a really long time. I've had clients they have pre-approved, but because they weren't either working with the right realtor, they weren't working with the right lender, it never came into fruition for them to get pre-approved and get them on the table to make an offer. So when I came into their situation, they told me about what was their biggest concern when it came to getting approval. And the first thing is, having discipline with your finances. Once we got that taken care of, then we moved over with the lender. The lender came in and said, okay, we need to recover some of these transactions that have been past due and make sure that they're taken care of so that your debt to income ratio increases, so therefore they're either able to qualify for more funds, or they're going to have to wait and increase their credit score, for instance. So it's on a different client basis. Every situation is different. It's on a different client basis. Mistake number 2. Not understanding the full monthly payment when it comes to purchasing or making the mortgage, right? It comes with costs when it comes to making a purchase for a property. You got to deal with taxes. You got to take into account the insurance of the property. Is the property that you're trying to purchase an HOA? Does it have any dues? You also have to consider maintenance, as well as taking into account all your utilities. So the second biggest mistake is not understanding the full monthly payment that comes when you have to have that mortgage come in every month. The full monthly payment that comes when you have to have that mortgage come in every month. It's just like having military mission, right? Mission planning requires knowing all the logistics, not just the destination or not just the objective. You need to take into account all the logistics that comes with the second mistake, which is not understanding your full monthly payment. Your third biggest mistake as a first-time home buyer, and this, I hear this a lot, waiting for the perfect market. First-time home buyer. And this, I hear this a lot, waiting for the perfect market. I'd like to verify something real quick. Waiting for the perfect market. I'd like to verify something real quick. Waiting for the First thing I saw is no. First thing I saw is no. So, I mean, it's mind-boggling when I hear and I see and I encounter a lot of potential clients, potential buyers, potential consumers that ask the third mistake. Waiting for the perfect market. Is now a good time to buy? Is waiting when it comes to purchasing a property as a first-time home buyer? Is waiting for the perfect market a good strategy? I couldn't agree with perfect marketing with the AI overview. No. Couldn't agree with there. I'm working with some investors that their main goal is to purchase in every year. Without skipping some investors that their main there are some strategies that you can move around when it comes to the mortgage. There are and how to drop it down or how to buy off when it comes to points, depending on your income, depending on the credit score. But I couldn't agree more. There is no perfect time to buy. I couldn't agree. The main focus is readiness. The main focus instead of perfection. Is readiness. In reality, no one consistently times the market, right? Let's see what it says here. No, waiting for the perfect market is generally not a good strategy. Real estate markets are unpredictable, and trying to time a dip in home prices or lower interest rates often backfires. Instead of searching for an ideal market, focus on your personal financing readiness. I just said that. Stable job situation, thank you, and long-term goals, thank you. It's your preparedness. When, for instance, when we do training in the military, we're not ready to go. We're not ready to go to war, right? You have to go through boot camp. You can't deploy as soon as you sign the papers and you're ready to go. It doesn't happen. Okay, you have to prepare. You have to go to training. You have to, you have to build rapport with your teams. Build a good team. Doing both real estate and military examples where in real estate you gotta build a team, right? You gotta prepare your finances. You gotta search the market. You gotta ask questions. Ask questions you don't even know the answers to. Curiosity just brings in more questions that you can't ask but you don't know. So you have to continue to be vigilant in wanting to be prepared and ready for when you're ready to make an offer, when you're ready to talk to a lender, when you're ready to get your team together. Opinions on timing the market are mixed on platforms like Reddit. Prospective buyers often debate whether a local agent's advice to wait for correction is genuine or a sales tactic. It's genuine. Say that it's on a sales tactic, right? And I'm telling you right now, it's a good time to buy. It's on a sales tactic, right? the interest are high. If you don't qualify and get pre-approval, we're wasting both each other's time, right? So I could, if you don't qualify and get pre-approval, we're wasting misguide you. What you want to do is continue to ask questions, build rapport with your professionals. Make sure you can trust them prior to making a decision. Make sure you can trust it. It differs for everyone. But most financial experts agree that time in the market beats timing in the market. Timing the market. Most financial experts agree that time in the market beats timing in the market. It's a level of risk as well, right? So some people are able to make riskier decisions than others. Those that you miss every shot you don't take. So if you're prepared, there is no misguiding from a professional. There is no tactic of sales. It won't misguide from a professional. It'll be less likely for you to get that kind of strategy onto your arsenal. So it's about research. Most of my clients, if they don't have done their research already, I help them get through the research first prior to making decisions, so that they're in control, they're comfortable, they feel ready, and we move forward at their discretion. So myself as a realtor, I have a fiduciary responsibility to my clients, and that's pretty much what you have to do is, be prepared. That's readiness is number one. The market is going to go up and it's going to go down. I remember when I first purchased one of our clients purchased a property that the siblings were saying, no, it's not a good time to buy. I think the interest rates was like at 7.5. They refinanced 6 to 8 months later. The interest dropped. They paid maybe refinanced 6 to 8 months later. I believe it was a point or two. The interest dropped. They paid, but the market was already down a point. So they ended up getting like a 5.5. Right, in today's market. And they put the property to rent. They are netting half of the rental income, and they want to use and they want to leverage that other half onto another property. So there's strategies. You just gotta know. You gotta network. You gotta ask questions and be prepared and be ready. Everything's already accounted for, such as the insurances and all the expenses, the costs. And that's one of many examples. So if you're having a hard time, please reach out. I will try to get you the answer as soon as possible. If I don't, I will not mislead you to a different response, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Mistake number 4: draining your savings for the down payment. Number 4. I could not stress this enough. So mistake number 4 is draining your savings for the down payment. I could not stress this. The stress that I have when it comes to draining savings for other people is immense, right? It's draining savings. Some people cannot handle that. It's an I can't stress this enough. An emergency fund. You gotta have an emergency fund. It's very important. It's crucial. Budget. I mean, you gotta budget everything, right? You gotta make sure that you gotta cover your costs. You gotta cover your expenses. You gotta make sure that don't drain your savings accounts. Mistake number 5. Drain your savings accounts. And this is, now stay with me on this, because this mistake, number 5, is one of the most often that's, number 5 clients do while they're in a transaction, or they're in clients do while they're in steps of purchasing the property. Making big purchases before closing. The 5th mistake that first-time home buyers make is making big purchases before closing. Vehicles, furniture, credit cards, amongst other things. I've had examples of clients where one of the partners lost their job. They acquired an affidavit letter, pre-approved that they were gonna, make certain amount at the start of the new job. So there's ways to try to overcome these obstacles. But the biggest mistake for number 5 is making big purchases before closing. Again, don't buy a new car. Don't buy furniture that's gonna either dig into your savings, reserve money for 6 months that you might need for covering the mortgage. Lenders require those type of funds. Anything that has to check on your credit, covering the mortgage, huge mistake. Especially credit cards. Anything that has to check on your credit, can do. Huge mistake. Especially credit cards. Remember, lenders recheck finances before closing. They want to verify, make sure that the accounts are good, so they can be funded and in good standing. Quick poll to the audience. What's the biggest thing that you thought you needed before buying a home? You can put it in the comments. Again, the poll to the audience is, what's the biggest thing that you thought you needed before buying a home? What's the biggest thing you thought you needed before buying a home? What's the biggest thing you thought you needed? Put the comments in the chat. Let's move on to the biggest mistake, number 6. This is a big one. Mistake number 6. Skipping the home inspection. Mistake number 6. Skipping the home inspection is the biggest number 6 mistake that you could do as a first-time home buyer. Skipping the home inspection is the biggest number 6 mistake. I'll briefly go on why the inspections matter, what they reveal, and how can they save money and stress. I'll go by example first. Money and stress. I heard of a client of purchasing a property. The inspection would have cost $500 to do. The clients were in a rush to purchase the property. They skipped the inspection. The clients were in a rush to purchase the property. 3 months down the road, they found a 3-month repair that was valued at $50,000 for them to fix. A first-time home buyer skipped a $500 inspection. 2 to 3 months later found out that they needed to do a repair that cost $50,000. Mistake number 6, skipping the home inspection. Mistake number 6. I mean, if you didn't have that kind of money for a repair already, you're gonna fall behind on your mortgage. If you didn't have that kind of money for a repair already, you don't have reserve money for the next 6 months. You don't have reserve money for just throwing money away as an investor or a first-time home buyer because you didn't want to get an inspection conducted to reveal foundational issues, mold, water intrusion in the walls, the basement, the roof, repairs that might need to be conducted for I don't know, I guess minor repairs, maybe siding, maybe fixing some type of pipes, painting the property, covering your costs for living in it. A $50,000 repair could have been avoided by just spending $500. This is the whole phrase of it takes money to make money. In the sense that if I decide to spend $500, I am building equity in my property by avoiding a $50,000 repair. It takes money to make money. I'd rather spend $500 to not pay $50,000 on a property that I'm trying to build equity on. To not pay $50,000 on a property that I'm trying to build equity on. And then this is subject matter expert inspectors domain. This is where they thrive, right? You got to make sure that your team is built on that. That you have a trusted inspector, you have a trusted realtor, trusted attorney. But we'll get to that. And then the 7th biggest mistake that first-time home buyers make and how to avoid them is choosing the wrong team. That's the 7th biggest mistake. You need the right realtor. You need the right lender. That's the 7th biggest mistake. You need the right inspector. You need the right real estate attorney. And you need the right insurance agent that's going to cover your asset. And you need the right insurance agent that's going to cover. The majority of the time, realtors have an abundance of resources when it comes to network, when it comes to building the right team. An abundance of resources. I have my own network. I have my own team. I've done transactions with them on my personal basis so that I can see how they handle themselves with me asking for those services and how they're going to conduct themselves with my client, asking for those services or referrals or anything. So make sure that you have the right team. You got to build the right team. You got to ask questions. You got to do your due diligence. We are, as professionals, we have a fiduciary responsibility to you. Some of them don't. Meaning, like, you know, some of them don't. Meaning, like, you know, inspectors and insurance agents. I do not know how they conduct themselves when it comes to state law. But as far as realtors are concerned, I have a fiduciary responsibility to my client. I cannot control what other professionals do for their clients. That's their. That's for you to find out prior to doing business with them. That's for you to find out prior to doing business with them. So you gotta check your boxes, ask all your P's and Q's. You gotta check your boxes, ask all your P's and Q's. So your transaction is done properly. It's less stressful, and you're satisfied with less stressful the services that are being provided. And these are services that you're paying for. You're satisfied with less stressful the services that are being provided. And these are services that you're paying for. We'll do a quick, let's see, rapid fire myths. Let's go into the next segment with Mission Intel. Again, this is my second episode. I think I'm progressing quite. This is my second episode. Quite fast. Structuring the episodes as I see them fit. Quite fast. Structuring the episodes. I am trying to be as informative as possible. There's a lot of depth into everything that I'm speaking about, but because every situation is different, you can only see or hear or learn like the top layer of it, right? I'm just trying to give more of the basics and understanding. What do I need to learn about? What do I need to learn first? From that, you start getting curious about asking different questions, which questions pertain to which professionals, so on and so forth. So let's go with Mission Intel, rapid fire myths. Myth number one, I need 20% down. That's the myth. Myth number one, I need 20%. Myth is I need 20% down. That's the myth, as a down payment. What's the reality? The reality is many buyers qualify with much less, depending on the loan program. Many buyers, now I can get into loan programs all day. I can talk about real estate all day. But unfortunately, each profession has their subject matter experts. So we can only discuss a certain amount of information that's basic. But the myth for 20% down as a down payment, and the reality is that many buyers qualify with much less, and it also is dependent upon the loan program. There's, conventional FHA, the DSCR loan, the 201, 203, first-time homebuyers. There's investment loan types, you name it. There's investment, construction loans, it just goes on. But again, that's lender construction loans subject. It just goes on. And I will have lenders over the course of streaming these episodes. I will have real estate attorneys. I will have lenders. I will have inspectors. I will have insurance agents that can provide more in-depth knowledge, more in-depth information in regards to any questions you might have. So it's in regards to any questions. It's progression, right? It's about finding out the answers to the questions you might have and the answers to the questions you might not even have yet. The answers to the questions you might have and the answers to the questions you might not even have yet. Okay, myth number 2. I need perfect credit. Okay, myth number 2. You need perfect credit, or I need perfect credit. Okay, myth. You don't even need perfect credit for a conventional loan. With 580 points, you can get in the door. With 580 points, you can get in the door. So you don't need perfect credit. Different loan types require different credit scores. And again, it goes back to the lenders. You got to do your due diligence and make sure you find, just like you're looking for the right realtor, you're also looking for the right lender. You're also looking for the right attorney. Just like you're looking for the right realtor, you're also looking for the right lender. You're also looking for the right attorney, as well as other professionals. Third myth, again, we kind of covered this already. I should wait until the rates drop. I should wait until the interest rates drop. What's the reality? The reality is readiness often matters more than trying to predict the market. Again, readiness often matters more than trying to predict the market. Readiness. This goes against the myth. I should wait until the rates drop. Readiness comes first. I should wait until the rates drop. Readiness comes first. Readiness comes first. Okay, so we got about 10 seconds on that. 10-second delay. That's cool. Let's do live Q&A. Okay, so we got about 10 seconds. Please, you have questions, I have answers. Let's do live Q&A. Please, rapid fire. You have questions, pew, pew. I have answers. Rapid fire. Pew, pew. I have answers. Let's do this one. If you could ask a realtor one question with no judgment, let's do this one. If you could ask a realtor, what would it be? One question with no judgment. What would it be? One question with no judgment. If you could ask a realtor one question with no judgment, what would it be? If you could ask a realtor, if you don't have the answers or questions yet or right now, put them in the comments. If you don't have the answers or questions yet or right now, put them in the comments. We can answer them on the next episode. We can answer them on the next episode. Live Q&A. If you could ask one question a realtor without any judgment, what would it be? Live Q&A. If you could ask one question a realtor without any judgment, what would it be? Live Q&A. If you could ask one question a realtor without any judgment, what would it be? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, rapid fire. Pew, pew. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, rapid fire. Pew, pew. Rapid fire. So here's our mission orders for Friday. Before Friday, I want you to complete 3 simple tasks. Check your credit score. I want you to complete 3 simple tasks. That's number 1. Check your credit score. Check your credit score. I want you to complete 3 simple tasks. That's number 1. Check your credit score. Number 2 is calculate what you spend each month. Check your credit score. Number 2 is calculate what you spend each month. That's number 2. Number 2 is calculate what you spend. Number 3, that's number 2. Threes. Number 3. Number 3, that's number 2. Threes. Write down why you want to own a home. Write down why you want to own a home. So number 1, check your credit score, which we discussed over on Monday. So number 1, as mission order. Check your credit score, which we for all my unit members. Over on Monday. So number 1, as mission. Check your credit score. Calculate what you spend each month. Write down why you want to own a home. Calculate what you spend each month. Write down why you want to own a home. Calculate what you spend each month. That's mission orders for Friday. That's mission orders for Friday. That's mission orders for Friday. I have a treat for Friday. Let's see. On Friday, we're leaving the classroom and heading into the field. Let's see. On Friday, you got to get out there and touch grass. And heading into the field. Let's see. On Friday, we're leaving the classroom and heading into the field. On Friday, I will show you exactly how I evaluate property and heading into the field before I even recommend it to a client. Exactly how I evaluate property. I'll give you guys a couple of examples that I've conducted in the past month. You'll learn what I look for. The red flags I ignore. And how to walk through a home like a professional, not just a shop. Number 1, not just a shop. Friday, we're leaving the classroom and heading into the field. I'll show exactly how I evaluate the property before I recommend it to a client. You'll learn what I look for The red flags I never ignore. I misspoke earlier. The red flags I never ignore. The red flags I never ignore. I misspoke earlier. How to walk through a home like a professional, not just a shopper. How to walk through, and all my clients know this. I go through each and every one of them. Same process. All my clients know what to look for. Obviously, the subject matter experts are the inspectors, and I don't take anybody's position. The subject matter experts are the inspectors away from their expertise. But as a realtor, I look into as if it was my own purchase. But as a realtor, I look into so not every offer is a winner, but the majority have been. Not every offer is a winner. The majority have been. The majority winners. So, any comments, questions, concerns, please. Don't hesitate to put them in the chat. Any comments, questions? Don't hesitate to put them in the comments. Again, I'm here trying to build a community where transparency. Again, I'm here trying to build a community where number one, education's number one. Questions to answers that you might have are also number one. Education's number one. It's not just a stream. It should be educational. It's not just you take something from this. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And in closing, thank you for joining me for episode 2 of Mission HQ Boot Camp, 7 first-time homebuyer mistakes and how to avoid them. If tonight helped you more prepared, share this episode with someone who's thinking about buying their first home. Around here, like I've said before, our mission isn't just to sell. It's to build confidence. It's to build informed homeowners. It's to build confidence, skills, answers to questions. Again, I'm Vilmar Lara, the Sergeant of Real Estate. Answers to questions for all my social medias. That's my handle. And until Friday, stay disciplined, stay prepared, and remember, every mission starts with preparation. I'll see you at Mission HQ Friday. I'm still working on the time. Adjusting it. Right now it's for like nocturnal and stuff, but I want to make it so that it's set at a specific time and people can catch me. Yeah, during their working hours or after. Until then, Sergeant of Real Estate, over and out.